Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. We are once again, as you can see, joined by Benny Balloon. Ben, thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Now you might see there's a bit of a difference this time.
Different clothes and no red hat.
No red hat, and looking much smarter, to be fair. Now, why is Ben here and why is he dressed differently? Well, we're going to be able to tell you, but we can't tell you here. We've got to go on location. So we're just going to go over to the Brook Centre in Winchester. Yeah, I believe Greg is there. So yes, Greg, over to you. So here we are in the Brooks, which is a shopping centre in Winchester, and we are joined by Ben, or we have joined Ben on location. And Ben, you may recognise from a previous BMTV, he created our big pink monster on the hottest day of the year that I dressed up in, and we had a bit of fun. So Ben is here in the Brooks and he's actually attempting a world record. So it's Ben from Benny Balloon, otherwise known as Benny Balloon. Hello.
Hi.
And well, do you want to tell us a little bit more about this world record that you are attempting?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it all started actually after that show. When I was on the week after that show, I got a phone call from Cineworld.
Okay.
Asking me if I would get involved with some of their promoting some of their films, and just after that, Finding Dory was coming out.
Yeah.
And we made a giant octopus actually inside the cinema, and we realised afterwards that it wasn't far off the world record.
Okay.
So we thought, why not give it a go?
So it's the world record for the biggest thing, or?
Yes, it's the record that I'm going for is the largest balloon sculpture made by an individual.
Okay.
So I can't have any help, and it's just done. It's not done by number of balloons. It's done by the actual
Physical size.
Yeah, the dimensions of the piece.
Right. Okay. So we've got a few of the balloons that you've done behind us.
Yeah.
How many would you say you've used so far?
About 3,000 balloons in, I'm guessing, something like that. It's at the whole project is going to be just over 10,000 balloons.
Wow.
And it's going to be 85 foot tall and about 44 foot wide.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to smash the record.
So what is the current record?
The current record is 72 foot by I think 36 or 37, something like that. So yeah, we have to beat the record in every direction.
Oh wow, okay.
So looking forward to it.
So where's the lady with the clipboard?
Well, apparently, much as I'd love to have the company, they can't spare someone for the whole 10 days to make sure I do it on my own. So I have to be filming it with time lapse, and then I have to get a surveyor's report, and then I will submit that to Guinness, and then they will come back to me and tell me whether I've got the record or not.
So we literally could see you in the Guinness Book of Records.
Well, that's the hope. That's the plan. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to say, Ben, that was all because of BMTV.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was. It's funny how
it's probably pushing it a little bit.
Well, no, not really. I mean, the thing is, it's pushing it a little bit. But to be honest with you, that was obviously everyone in the balloon community knows of Conrad the Unicorn.
Yeah.
And that actually just happened just before you asked me to come on the show, and we talked about doing something big, based on the idea of Conrad, which we did that big pink thing.
Got very, very hot.
Yes. And then after that, I've been doing a few more of those type of things for trade fairs, and the business has kind of moved me in the direction of more corporate work.
Oh, right, okay.
So I've started up a new company. I still do the kids' entertainment, but definitely the plan is to do less of that and more of the corporate stuff, which is nice because it's the kids' stuff is all weekends, and it's nice to do some corporate stuff during the week. So we've been going around trade fairs in big balloon costumes, promoting different companies, and it's been good. And obviously with that, one of the jobs that we did up in London was not just a costume, but also to build a display for their trade show stand. Yeah. And so this kind of ties in with that kind of show what we can do for a big event out of balloons, and hopefully we can get the record, which is great, but more importantly we can use it to kind of showcase what we can do and get some more work out of it. Yeah.
So you could be going into exhibition stand design, or well, you don't really know where it's going to take you, do you?
You don't. I mean, that's what's the exciting part of it. The most difficult part is not knowing the market that you're going into. It's a lot easier if you have experience. You know, if I was an events company before and then I moved into balloons, and I could use the customers that I had for the balloons. But you know, you're going into a new market, and it's a little bit tentative feeling how it goes, and getting the contacts and getting the work, and then hopefully it'll balloon into something bigger.
Terrible joke. Can't believe you did that. Anyway, okay, so it sounds great. I love to see the way you're developing, and I'm glad that we contributed a little bit.
Sure. Well, even the name, actually, we were discussing what to call ourselves as far as promoting ourselves to business, and a conversation with you, and we kind of changed direction, and you actually named our company for us. So there you go.
It wasn't me. It was Elon Musk. Do you want to tell everybody the name of it?
Yeah, so we're promoting ourselves for our corporate stuff as Ludicrous Balloons. So all of the world record stuff is going out on our Facebook and Twitter and things under the brand Ludicrous Balloons, and so that's. Thanks to Greg.
Well, Ludicrous Balloon. Ludicrous, the word ludicrous, everybody knows what it means. I got it from Elon Musk, the guy that makes Tesla cars, electric cars. And if you put one of his cars into ludicrous mode, it just goes really, really fast. And that's where I got the idea from. But anyway, so this is, you said you're probably about a quarter of the way through balloon-wise. And at the moment, you're in an empty shop doing this. But it's actually going to be a big display out there. So Ben, what is it that you're actually creating?
Right, well, we're creating an 85-foot waterfall. Some of the things that we've already made are for the people who have been sponsoring it. So we've got here a PCSO, because one of our supporters is the Winchester Bid, and not many people know that they actually fund PCSOs in the community.
All right, okay.
So we've made them a PCSO and a sign of their Winchester Bid in the balloon lettering. Another one of our sponsors is a kitchen company, which is Desson Kitchens. So we've made their sign down the bottom. We've made a pot and a pan on a hob and a sink for them to do the washing up, and a draining board. So they're going to be all at the bottom of the waterfall, just to kind of advertise their support. And
what about this fella?
This fella over here, I don't know if you guys recognise him, because he's based on someone we know. And
who's that?
Yeah. Well, if we bring him close and see if we can see a resemblance there. We have a look.
So that's supposed to be me.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, that's very, very similar. So I'm fishing.
You are fishing, as is your pastime.
Yeah, indeed.
Apparently.
Well, it is now.
It is now.
It is now.
Great stuff.
So what was the last world record? Was that a waterfall, or can you just create anything?
No, you can create anything as long as it's recognisable. So you can't just string a load of balloons together. It's got to be recognised as something. So a waterfall, we're gonna go with that. So I'll just show you kind of what we're doing. This is going to be the support for the waterfall. So we're building 2 columns over there, which will have these going like a kind of across, and the water is actually going to be just strings of quick links running over this and down into the pool.
So most of these quick link balloons?
These are all quick links.
Excellent.
All of them. So we're building it all in sections, and then we'll be attaching those sections together and then building out into.
You've got to stop saying we're building it.
Yes,
we're building it as
the
in
royal
you.
we.
You.
Yeah, I will be building it all.
Yeah.
And if it's a we, I lose the record. So it's got to be me.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are all. This is actually going to be the top of the structure. So we've got it on wire rope, which we're going to attach together and string it all up to the very top of the centre.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I mean, one of the things that I was thinking about, obviously, the difference between a decorator and a balloon artist. A balloon artist sounds like it's more fancy, but in one sense, it's just really an excuse to be a little bit more sloppy with what you're doing. Because if anyone looks at this, if you were making this as a column as a decorator, you'd look at that and you'd say, well, the balloons aren't the same size, and it kind of looks a bit rubbish, really. But actually, as a balloon artist, we can say, well, these are rocks, and rocks are never flat. So we can get away with, I think,
excellent.
I can get away with something that perhaps Rachel wouldn't.
So, in this day and age, organic.
Organic.
That's
absolutely.
what it is. It's organic.
Absolutely, organic rocks. So, yeah.
Right, Ben, thanks for showing us that, and back to the studio. Okay, thanks very much, Greg and Ben. So here we are back in the studio. So as you can see, when we were doing that, Ben was actually in the process of building all the balloons, getting all the balloons together. But the actual build occurred, I think was it a couple of days after we
a few days afterwards, yes, I think.
So I thought what we'd do today is find out a little bit more from you. How did that go? Talk us through obviously you put all the balloons together as we saw, but talk us through the big build.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff that was more technical, more complicated, was done actually, which you saw, the boat and the fishermen and the policemen, those kind of things, was done first, and then I think you were there, and I had built the sections of the rock face that we were going to put up.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it was just a case of blowing up lots and lots of balloons to be the water for the waterfall, and so a few days after that, once I'd blown everything up. We actually got out into the centre and tied it all together, built this rock face, put it up, and we needed to get in one of these cherry pickers, and to actually get high enough to put the balloons in place.
So you were able to do that when the centre was open?
No, we had to do it at night when the centre was closed, and it was definitely an experience. We were up there and we had a laser measure, and we were actually 25 metres up.
Wow.
in this cherry picker, putting up balloons at the top of the centre. Yeah.
Fantastic. So was it complicated? Did you have any difficulties putting them up, or was it simply a matter of just tying them on?
Yeah, just tying them on. There's nothing really technically difficult about. Obviously, we were using mainly quick links, which anyone who's used them will know how convenient and great they are to use. Yeah. So actually, as far as a test of skill, it was more a test of endurance. To actually get through those.
Because you had to do everything yourself.
Right. Yeah. So 9 days of blowing up balloons and then tying them up, and up in the cherry picker, tying them up to the end. What we did is we made lengths of balloons, 100 balloons long, and then we attached them all together in two sections at the end. We then pulled them through where we needed to go, and then attached them around the base of it at the back at the very top of the centre.
So was that one of the struts that was going across the centre?
Yes. So one of the things, we were allowed to use rope or string, providing it was covered by the balloons, which is part of the rules for Guinness. So we were able to attach a length across the back of the shopping centre.
I see.
Which was then just.
So then you covered that with balloons.
Covered it with balloons.
I see.
Yeah, and then attached the water to that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So how's it looking? The guy came from Guinness, didn't he?
No, he didn't. No, not at all. The way that it works with Guinness is we have to compile all of the evidence. Mm-hmm. So we need witness statements, photographs, time-lapse video. We need a surveyor's report. We then send that all off to Guinness, and we have to wait to hear, which is a bit of a.
So who's the guy with the tape measure then?
This was our surveyor.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, he came down and measured it, but it's a bit of an anticlimax. You do all this work, you get it finished, you measure it, which was 111 foot long.
Wow.
Which smashed the previous record, which was 72 foot long. But you do all this thing, and people are asking you, have you got it? Well, it's bigger, but we haven't actually got official confirmation from Guinness, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure how long that takes.
Yeah.
So we've just got to submit it and wait to hear.
Because you've got quite a lot of coverage for Ludicrous balloons through this, haven't you?
Yeah, no, we have. We were in all of the local papers, radio. We were on all of the local radio stations, because they do an evening show where they pull all of the BBC stations together, and they have one show for all of them, which we were on, actually talking on the phone to the DJ from the cherry picker while I was putting putting balloons.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, we got TV news coverage, and we national papers as well.
In the Daily Mirror.
That's right. Yeah,
on the website,
yeah. So which are obviously really pleased about. And,
That's excellent. Well, Ben, thank you very much for talking us through that. It's an amazing thing that you did. I think it's going to be, hopefully it'll be a while before somebody breaks the record.
Hopefully.
At least get in the Guinness Book of Records, for 1 year. But hopefully, when was the last one actually?
The last one was 2015. So
all right.
It's
yeah. They've had it
it's quite involved. I mean, one of the things, it's not just building it, but it's organising the space, and getting all those things set up is actually, as far as the project, it's almost 6 months' work.
Yeah.
From when we first came up with the idea to actually doing it and everything else.
No, that's fantastic. Well, I hope Ludicrous Balloons goes really well for you. I'm sure it will.
Thank you.
And as I said, when I was in Winchester, that's a great name. So thanks very much for joining us once again. Thanks for talking us through that.
No problem.
And no doubt we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you for subscribing, and see you soon. Bye.